What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, it's your motherfucking boy, D9 Grows 420, back with another video. Okay, so this is the time that we've all been waiting for. I'm gonna go ahead and do the PAR test again. I know I did my last video, it was the HLG versus the Cali Grow LED PAR test, and I used this meter when I did my test the last time. This is the Hydroform Quantum PAR meter. It's not really all that bad. You know, clearly it's got some flaws because I got a lot of backlash on that video, but that's okay. So I did some more research and went out and talked to my business partner, and he actually sent me the Apogee. This is the Apogee MQ-620. As you all can see, the Quantum Flux Apogee instruments, the one that's specifically designed for this stuff, specifically designed for quantum lighting. So we're gonna go ahead and run the same test we did last time. It's not gonna be as long of a video because I'm only gonna do the flowering heights on them, which is a recommended height in the Cali Grow book. I'm gonna go by the Cali Grow instructions. And I know some of you guys are wondering, why would I do that? Why would I go off HLG's recommended height? Because they use the same base hardware, so it should operate exactly the same. So I'm gonna measure it at 12 inches and at 16 inches and do 13 different spots with the Apogee one and get a better PAR reading, because as you all can see, this is the one that gives you the actual PAR reading. Look, as you all can see, yeah, this gives you the real numbers. So there's no denying these numbers. So this is just to kind of give you guys a actual readout of what this is and how this works. So it doesn't take much to use this. You just mount it to this little thing, and it's a wand that just kind of extends, and it's pretty dope. And you can just slide it in here and move the different spots, and it's very, very easy to use. I don't know how expensive it is because I didn't pay for it. My business partner did. He sent it to me. I'm just going to give you guys a test. So we're going to go ahead and start the test. I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you guys definitely hit that like button if you fucks with your boy. And if you don't, hit that angry or dislike button and get the fuck straight like that. Shout out to our man, Mr. Super Duper Rupert Ratchet Review. Everybody in the Missouri cannabis industry, thank you all so much for supporting me. D9 Grows 420, let's do it. All right, you guys, we are back. We are at 12 inches above the canopy. These are the HLG 320 XLs. These are $485 a piece, I believe, on their website. And they're the do-it-yourself kit, so you do have to put this together. But these are about $485 a piece on their website. And they actually work really, really good. I'm not going to deny that. They actually work really, really good. They do the job. But anyway, so we're 12 inches above the canopy. I'm sorry that this light is so bright. I know it doesn't do any justice. But the first measurement that we're going to do is smack in the middle. I always do the first measurement smack in the middle at all times. And we're going to get the readout smack in the middle. It is holding steady at 2250 at least. 22, I'm gonna go 2250, smack in the middle. So that is the reading, 2250 at 12 inches, smack in the middle for the HLG 320 XLs. There are two of them, so that's 600. And now mind you, these are running at 90%. These lights are running at 90%, both of them. I'm gonna be running them both at 90%. I'm not gonna change anything. 90%. So this is what they're getting at 90%. So the next measurement we're gonna do is at the corner, bottom left corner. So those are all the measurements, you guys, at 12 inches. I'm gonna get back, I'm gonna pause the video and do it at 16 inches when we get back. All right, you guys, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I realized my autofocus was actually locked, and I was wondering why my camera wasn't focusing, but the autofocus is locked. So that would explain why I wasn't focusing at all. So I'm gonna fix one of these dots because these dots are kind of coming off, but I have them in the spots that they need to be in. So the next test we're gonna do is at 16 inches above the canopy. This is the same exact lights that I've been using. These are the HLG 320 XLs. $485 a piece on HLG's website. They're do-it-yourself, so you do have to put these together. So this is 18 inches above the canopy, smack in the middle. 1852, smack in the middle. So now we have the measurements that we got, you guys, at 16 inches above the canopy with the Apogee MQ-620. You guys can look up the reviews on this, and the reviews are really good. So we pretty much know you're dealing with a pretty accurate meter. So there's no question about these numbers. The numbers are exactly what they're going to be, whether we did the test or whether HLG did the test. So this is a pretty high-end micromole per joule, or par meter is what they call it in some cases. So it really depends on like what your budget can afford. I understand that some people can't always afford this. Believe me, I get it. It's not one of those things that we think about lightly. It's just how it is. But if you can get your hands on one of these and you need to test it for your lights, I highly recommend it. It's very much on point. So we're gonna go ahead and pause the video and raise the lights up. Or actually, we're gonna remove these lights and bring in the Cali Grows, because we've already done the test for HLG already. We only did the flowering height, 16 inches and 12 inches. So we're gonna get the other lights out and go ahead and bring them to you guys. And like I said, we're gonna bring the other lights out, get those to you guys, and we're gonna actually get the test out to bring the Cali Grows in here and run those at 12 inches and run those at 16 inches as well. So we'll be back. Give us just a moment. We'll be back with you, and we'll get the second test started and get you running so we can get you guys the numbers. Sorry about that, you guys. We are back. So now we got some better light. These are the Cali Grow LED quantum boards. They're 250 watts a piece. As you can see, there's a sticker right here that will pretty much tell you that exact same thing. I'm sorry, it's right here. That sticker will basically tell you the exact same thing. I know it's kind of probably hard to see, but it does say model CG20250FS, 250 watt power consumption. I am running these at 90%. As you can see, they come with nice bells and whistles. There's a dimmer right here that comes standard on every light, a power on and off switch if you want to run that 48 hours of darkness before flower ends. Also, they have an ultraviolet switch on here as well, the UV switch, where you can kill that mode at the very end of flower. Comes with you can turn red on and off. So if you want to just use this light as a veg light, you can turn both of these red specks off. The other one is infrared, so you can penetrate the bottom of the canopy. This all comes stock on this light. You don't have to pay any extra for it. It all comes stock. This light retails for $279. I will be putting my coupon code on this video as well, where you can get an extra 7% off on top of the already low price. So you'll get it for about maybe $254, and they're working on some other products as well, so be on the lookout for that. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this test. You can go ahead and turn that off now, and we're gonna get into this test and give you guys the actual readings of what these lights do at 12 inches above the canopy. I'm gonna straighten this out because I know this is a little crooked. So these are the readings at 12 inches above the canopy. Once again, I am indeed using the Apogee MQ-620. This is a really top of the line par meter that's specially designed for quantum board lighting. So this is like second to none above just about anything at all, as far as I've ever seen. This thing is really dope, and it's gonna come in handy, and you'll be able to see what the readings are. All right, so let's go ahead and get this test started. So we're gonna put it right in the middle. This is smack in the middle, you guys. Smack in the middle. The light that's not gonna do me any good. Smack in the middle, you guys. Smack in the middle. These are the Cali Grow LED 250 watt lights. They're hanging at 12 inches above the canopy. This is right in the middle. Right in the middle. We got 2255, 2255, 12 inches above the canopy. So those are all my tests at 12 inches above the canopy. Those are my tests at 12 inches above the canopy. We're gonna get to the next test and put it at 16 inches above the canopy, and we'll get back to that and show you what the test results are. 16 inches above the canopy, which is the highest recommended height for flower for the Cali Grow LED lights in general. I did the same test for the HLGs. I did them at 16 inches and 12 inches. So we're gonna pull these up 16 inches, and we're gonna get back to you guys in a bit. All right, you guys, we are back for the final test. We're gonna run this final test real quick and get to these numbers of the Cali Grow LEDs under the 5x5 tent at 16 inches above the canopy. Let's get. So as you can see, the numbers are still on. I'm gonna test it smack in the middle. Again, at 16 inches above the canopy. 1712. So we just ran all the tests that we needed to run. I'm gonna let you guys see these numbers from what I got based on both lights. So out in the corner, you can definitely tell where the numbers change, especially for the HLG, because you got to also consider that this light has 3 boards versus the Cali Grow only having 2 boards. So it has a wide spread, it has a wider spread on light than the Cali Grows do. So that's why the numbers reflect a little bit differently, especially when you hit the outside corner.
6 more inches in length.
Roughly. Yeah, and then you got to also take into consideration the HLG lights are putting out about 606 watts because I got them down to about 90%, versus the Cali Grows are only putting out maybe what 446. So you're talking 446 watts versus 606 watts. So you got to also, because I also pulled the wattage from the wall, so I know how much they're running. So I'm gonna make sure you guys see that reflected on here too, that they're running at 90%. So take that into consideration. So the numbers I'm more impressed at is these numbers that are in the middle. Look at these middle numbers. Look.
They're rather consistent.
They're not really that far off. But look, those numbers don't look too different. See, notice. Y'all see that? 2250 in the middle on the HLG. 2255 on the Cali Grow. And look at the numbers on the side of them. The HLG, you got 2182 on the left side, 2113 on the right side, 2250 on the left side, 1950 on the right side. And then check the number like that. If you look at the square box and you take out the second light, look at the numbers literally in that square box in the middle. The 1, 2, the 7 numbers in the middle. Those are the ones that are probably the ones that you really need to pay attention to more than anything. Yeah, you want to make sure your light covers your entire tent, but you know, just hang the light a little bit higher, and you'll get the results that you need as far as covering your tent and your canopy. So, and besides, you're not gonna hang your lights like this low to the ground anyway. I'm just showing you guys how the canopy looks. But these are the numbers that are from flower and at 12 inches, and these are the numbers at 16 inches in flower. Like, the numbers really aren't all that different, you guys, especially in that box. Yeah, of course you're gonna get different on the actual HLGs in those corners because you got an extra board per light. But if you look at the ones in the middle, they're not that far off. So I'm still gonna take all these numbers, add them all up, and give you guys an average of what these numbers are. But these are the official readings. There's no questioning this, you guys. I used a very, very high-end meter. So, mind you, the HLG, each one of these lights are $485 a piece. Cali Grows are $279 a piece. So look at the cost difference. I'm gonna make sure I write all of this stuff down and give you guys a breakdown of cost, what I ran them at as far as like their actual watts from the wall at 90%, the heights that I ran them at, these numbers averaged out, the lifespan because they use the same hardware. I'm gonna give you guys everything, so I'll make sure you get as much information on this as possible to where I can get this guys out to you. But this is a comparison, you guys. Like, hey, look, women lie, men lie, the numbers never lie. So if anybody got anything to say about these numbers, like, hey, come see me, because you know, you put these Cali Grows in a 4x4, they're gonna destroy it. The numbers are gonna absolutely destroy these HLG numbers, or be relatively the same. Like, seriously, it's unbelievable that HLG would charge the price that they charge for these lights when the numbers are right here. The numbers are right here.
We only got it by the 6-inch length. That's the only reason.
That's it. That extra 6 inches. I mean, but beyond that, for the value, like, hell, you could buy 3 Cali Grow LED lights and really put this HLG to work, and you'll still save about $150 with 3 Cali Grows versus 2 HLGs. Now that ought to probably tell you a much greater telltale sign. So, like I said, you guys, I'm not here to toot Cali Grow's horn. I'm here to only understand and help you guys understand the value in these lights when it's the same base hardware. So these are the official numbers. I can't make this up. Like I said, even if you got a third Cali Grow light, let's say you got a third one, you're still gonna pay less money for 3 Cali Grow lights versus 2 HLG lights. The design is better, the features are way better, you get way better functionality, of more sleek design than you would get out of HLG, and also you ain't gotta put it together. It already comes put together, so you ain't gotta invest any time in putting the light together either. So that will help you right there alone. So I hope this helps you guys understand. You ain't gotta spend a whole lot of money to get a good value out of some grow lights. Like I said, these lights are, in my opinion, with all the features that come with them, they're second to none, even over HLG. With HLG, even with their flagship like the 650R Diablo, in order to get the actual ultraviolet on it, you have to add an attachment. I think it's like $120. So you got to pay an extra $120 on top of the fact that the light is already $1,100. I don't understand it. So, you know, to each his own. That's my thoughts on that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, you guys. It's your boy V9 Grows 420. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. So based on these numbers that you guys see right here, so you got to think, I took measurements in 13 different spots on both lights. So I didn't really change anything on them. So what I did was, to get the average PPFD, I took all 13 numbers, added them all up, and divided them by 13. That's how I got the average PPFD for 12 inches on the HLG light and 12 inches on the Cali Grow light. So in retrospect, looking at it, 4 Cali Grow boards is the equivalent of 5 HLG boards, but even though the HLG has 6. So looking at these numbers, that's how you got the prices, the average PPFD, the gram per watt, and all that stuff. So looking at the value on the right side, you can kind of get a better idea. You can pause this if you need to and go back and look at it if you want to. But this is the one I really want you guys to look at, because this right here tells you, it breaks it down. I ran these only at 90%. So that's how I got the average gram per watt and the micromole per joule. So you take the micromole per joule, divide it by the actual watts it's pulling from the wall. That'll tell you how many grams per watt the light pulls. And that gives you the price as well. The reason why I gave them both 5 stars is mainly because if you think about them, they use the same base hardware. So I have to give them the same amount of stars because they're both assembled in the USA. So I didn't really short them on either one on that. So this is a good readout of the value on both of these lights. I'm glad you guys tuned into this video. Thank you all so much. It's your boy V9 Grows 420. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace!